English because I'm so excited. I apologize. Today we are here thanks to our global sponsors of unicorn events. First, our platinum sponsor, Network VC. Then our golden sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. And then our silver sponsor, Startup Inc. My name is Victoria. I'm the event manager here, affiliated with all of these wonderful people. And today we're going to have the pitch event, which is the first stage of the global competition, the world's largest startup competition. Today we're having unicorn pitches, and the winners of this competition are going to go on to Unicorn Battle, which is the international level pitch events. And this season, they're industry focused, meaning startups feel free to apply. And if you pass our analytics team, we'll be happy to see you there. And the next stage is Unicorn Cup. The winners of Unicorn Battle go on to Unicorn Cup. And they compete with people from 152 countries in front of the live audience twice. We just closed the first season, so the next season's finals are May 25. So feel free to sign up and check out our website. Let me introduce you to our ecosystem. So our events are organized thanks to a smart ecosystem that consists of various software solutions and internet platforms that connect startups, investors, business angels, experts, professional scouts, and high-level managers in a single business space. And it makes it possible to quickly and efficiently approach any task in the field of innovation startups. So Network VC, as mentioned before, is the heart of our ecosystem. It's our venture fund and venture capital platform for decentralized VC community. Then there's Startup Network, which is a marketplace for startups, businesses, investors, and service providers. Startup Inc., which is our smart platform for investing. Unicorn Events, you are here, the world's largest startup competition. VC House, a closed online community and network created exclusively for VCs, by VCs. There you can exchange deals where you participate as investors. And Silicon Valley Syndicate Fund is a special structure that allows businesses and business angels to invest into the best startups from all over the world. And today, I apologize again, I'm so excited, I'm just like losing my mind. We're here with GSD Venture Studios and the CEO, Gary Fowler. And Gary, I'm going to pass the floor to you. Hopefully you do a better job than I do. Gary's our trusted business partner of Startup Network and a great friend. Gary, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, no, thank you everybody for coming. It is great to see familiar faces, friends who feel like family and our family. And for our startups today that are joining us, there's some of the most incredible companies from around the world. Today, we have 127 companies inside of GSD from 55 countries. And just today, we have companies that come from places like Israel, the Czech Republic, San Diego, Finland, Poland, and San Jose, California. But these companies have come from multiple different channels, and we believe they are the best in the world. We've taken them through these 15 weeks to curate those companies, to help them unleash the potential of their companies, to understand how to use technologies like ChatGPT to make their products better. So I'm really proud. And to the judges that are here today, my friends, contacts, business partners, it is great to see you today, each and every one of you. So with that, if you could say a few words, it would be great. Freddie, if you could just say a few words about yourself and, you know, kind of things you invest in and what you're interested in, that would be super.
Well, thanks very much for hosting me here, Gary. I'm Fred Mannix. I run an investment strategy called Standard Wealth, liquid securities that trade on the North American stock exchanges. And my passion is really around capital markets.
Great. Thanks very much. Okay, who wants to go next? Jordan? Jordan? He might be on. Ornit?
Hi, Ornit Chinar. I run venture investing for Citi on Israeli startups, as well as any startup that engages with our innovation labs globally.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Ronnie?
Yep, absolutely. I'm Ronnie. I'm an operating partner at 97212 Ventures. We invest in early stage, pre-seed and seed stage companies. We're based in New York. And yep.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Iris?
Thank you, Gary. I am a partner in Mighty Capital. Mighty Capital, through our affiliate Product That Counts, consider a global company. We invest in Israel, Canada, and the like. We typically invest in the pre-profit stage, meaning that product is ready to launch and ready to scale, and typically in the A and B round. Thank you.
Thank you. Maria?
Yes, hello, my name is Maria Pinar and I'm a operating partner with Unicorn Growth Capital. We are focusing on predominantly fintech companies that's building the financial rails for embedded finance. Currently focusing more on the African region than, but also in other developing markets.
Thank you, Maria. Alexander?
Hi, Gary. Hi, everyone. I'm Alex from Vibranium VC. We are a Silicon-based VC firm focused on B2B SaaS companies. Our regular check is from $200,000 up to $500,000, and we prefer companies with some traction. Thanks.
Thank you. Aston?
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Hi, everyone. My name's Aston Pierce. I'm on the investment team here at Edison Partners. We're a growth equity fund that looks at enterprise software, healthcare software, and fintech companies. We're typically getting involved at the Series A and Series B stage.
Excellent. Chet?
Hey everyone, Chet Kumar here. I'm with Argonaut Ventures. We're global investors based out of Seattle. We look at the pre-seed, seed, and also some growth, the growth stage as well. Looking forward to the conversation.
Thanks, Chet. Janine? You're on mute, Janine. You're on mute.
Hi there. I'm Janine Moss. I'm co-founder of Outfront Solutions along with Nicole DeMeo, who's also on this call. And we are innovation guides, helping companies make sense of the 10,000 marketing technologies out there with strategy, technology, and then services to enable them to implement high ROI programs.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Irina?
My name is Irina Litchfield. I'm known as a crypto superwoman. I am CEO of Space Venture Studio. Following Gary's guidance here with the Venture Studio, we are focused on space and dual use technologies.
Thank you, Irina. Josh?
Hey everyone, Josh Haberman with Sidekick Partners. We're an early stage venture fund, typically pre-seed to Series A, doing half consumer and half enterprise tech. So pretty generalist and excited to hear from everyone today.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. Nikki?
Hi, I'm Nikki Bell. I'm a strategic advisor to multiple investors. I'm independent, basically a consultant. Been doing it over 13 years. I do it in the US and internationally, very approachable, and I always come with a lot of energy. So great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Nikki. Igor, it's great to see you. So if you could just introduce yourself and just talk about a couple of things that you've had incredible successes, it would be great if you could mention a few of them.
Okay. Hi, Gary. Hi, everybody. I'm Igor Yabenki, general partner of Altair Capital. We invest in early stage, pre-seed to A, usually checks from 100,000 up to 5 million. We do early stage, as I mentioned, and as for successes, we did from early stage Miro, we did the deal, Turing, Albert. So altogether, quite a row of unicorns and 2 decacorns. And we are looking of companies mainly in productivity SaaS, fintech, but generally we are open to any new technologies, any new ideas, and so on. Do a lot of AI since years.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Igor. Guillaume?
Hi, I'm Guillaume Clough from Validate Tech, and we're assisting early stage startups to grow and reach some milestones. And it's always a pleasure collaborating with GSD Venture Studios, really helping our fellow entrepreneurs.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Guillaume. Evan?
Hey, I'm Evan from Osage Venture Partners. We're a Philadelphia-based B2B software investor in the early stage, mainly seed and Series A, and we're focused mainly on education and the future of work.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Evan. Jordan?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good to see you all. I see good friends. Nicole DeMeo, how are you? And Leon, I am Jordan Wabe, Silicon Valley Venture Group, early stage, pre-Series A and A. Also partner with Network VC. We invest in sector agnostic, B2B, B2B2C, check sizes from 300 to 500. And I'm going to compete with Nikki on the energy level today. Let's see who wins number one energy.
Thanks, Jordan. Leon?
Hi, everybody. I am sorry for the conference now. And I'm really happy. This is amazing path.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Leon. Nicole?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. And nice to be with you, Gary. And what an impressive group of people you have here. As Janine mentioned, I am her business partner in Outfront Solutions, providing marketing consulting as well as MarTech counseling. And then also I've started How Women Invest. We're investing in female-founded and female-led
schedule going forward. It's like, oh my God, like,
and those
he
companies
currently is scheduled to travel every
somebody
month.
has their
for long
audience.
periods of time.
Yeah, somebody's on, so if you can put yourselves on mute if you're not speaking, that would be great. Sorry about that, Nicole.
No worries, no worries. I'm a fund advisor and LP for How Women Invest. We're investing in female-founded and female-led companies from pre-seed to A. Nice to be with you.
Thank you. Stefan, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks, Nicole.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the invitation, Gary. So I'm Stefan. I'm CEO and co-founder of Gigahertz Ventures. We are a group of 4 business angels based in Dresden in Germany. So good evening in my case already. We do hardware and deep tech, and we were actually born out of a company that we developed together in geolocation system development for industrial markets in Germany. And we sold this company to Siemens in 2018 and then continued as business angels. We do pre-seed to early stage, but we also do R&D. So we even have 2 companies where we are still at research stage in our portfolio, sweet spot between 50 and 300. So that's the range, but very much on focus on industrial markets and hardware.
Thanks
a lot.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
Hey, Gary, I'm doing great. I'm Michael Flight. We are primarily alternative assets and real estate, but we also have recently been doing a lot in prop tech and fintech around capital raising as well. So software as a service and different startups like that.
All right. Thank you. Christina?
Hi, my name is Christina Subbotin. I'm a recovering corporate lawyer. Just 2 months ago, I left Cooley, where I was representing startups and venture funds, and I'm transitioning to become a venture investor, focusing on content creation economy and neuroscience. And I'm a content creator.
Thanks, Christina. Lou? Can you hear me? Lou Zhang? I think she's on. You're on.
Hi, Gary. This is Lou. I'm the founder managing partner of Fusion Fund, and we're based in Silicon Valley, focused on early stage deep tech and healthcare investment. And meanwhile, mainly focus on North America, but we have a nice coverage of a global founder came to the United States. And also, I was a former entrepreneur turned investor and started Fusion Fund in 2015. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Am I missing anybody?
Yes, you may be missing me. I'm the guy with the difficult name, Hauke. For you to make it a little easier, to read the name, I've put it in the webinar chat. So think of my name as HOWCA. Like, how can you do that? Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm also from Germany, from lovely Constance, near Lake Constance. I'm the founder and managing director of Lakeside Invest, an entrepreneurs network located in Switzerland, with less rain here currently than in California, untypically so. I have spent a year in California at Caltech, though, in my earlier days. I've also been one of the head guys of Amazon in Europe and a member of the board of management of Zimpers. Currently, we are investing in early stage startups, mostly e-commerce tech and everything we believe in, both regional and scalable ones. Happy to be here today. I think it's the first time for me, so I'm very excited to be with you all tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Okay. Anybody else that I'm missing?
Yeah, I'll do just a quick introduction.
It's okay. Yeah.
So Steve Agunro, Crosswick.us. We're a much later stage fund, so we do pre-IPO investments, mainly in tech and healthcare. In tech, we do we're principally B2B SaaS. Within that, we've done a lot in AI, supply chain, fintech as well. In healthcare, we've done quite a bit in healthcare tech. We do some of, we do CRISPR and some other things as well. That's essentially it. The companies that we invest in typically already valued at around $1 billion or so. So again, we're truly late stage investors. That's it.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Sorry about missing it. This thing's going up and down, and people are filling in and out. So I don't know, Curtis. Did you
Not
say?
yet. Yeah, it's okay. So I'm Curtis. I'm in Manhattan, here in New York, and I provide counseling and advice to startups and investors, of all stages and sizes. That could be, building a portfolio for a startup just prior to evaluation stage, or determining the valuation of an intellectual property portfolio for investors. I primarily focus on next generation therapeutics, immunotherapies, gene editing, things like that. But I'm most interested today in, the application of AI to drug discovery and healthcare decision processes.
Yeah, thanks, Curtis. I appreciate it. Victoria, it's over to you.
Yes, of course. I have recovered from my excitement a bit, but still very, very interested to see what we have for today. So before we transition, let me just mention, dear judges, you all have voting links. If you just click on the voting link, it will show you this page. Basically, you have the logos of all the startups that are going to be presenting today. Now, you can vote ideally after startups presentations, but after all of the startups are finished presenting, I'm also going to give you about 1-2 minutes to finish voting. So the voting is just choosing a number from 1 to 5. You have to evaluate every single startup, because if you don't mark every single startup, then our system goes a bit funky. So it doesn't work like that. So generally, we suggest that you evaluate startups on either their potential to become a unicorn or their investment potential. Given your area of expertise, both are valid because we believe that both are fairly interconnected. No need to click any confirmation button. You just choose the number and that's all. Just make sure that you're under your account, which will be showing you your picture in this top right corner, and that you're under the right event. That's
Victoria?
all. Yes.
Is the X considered voting?
No.
Okay, so we have to mark 1 to 5. X is no good.
Yes, yes.
Thank
Jordan,
you.
please don't put X to our startups.
No,
they value
I'm-
your opinion. This would just be heartbreaking.
Well, if Gary pays us enough, we will not put X's. If not, we're gonna just disrupt the whole voting process and cause a problem.
I was going to say, we
were
won't
gonna
push
say
X
that.
for Gary.
I knew that. Troublemakers.
Oh, I see. Okay. So we have our amazing 6 startups today. And startups, before you proceed, I'm going to remind you that you have 3 minutes for pitching. I'm going to be timing you, but you can also time yourself. And you will have 3 to 4 minutes for Q&A. And dear judges, Q&A is first come, first serve. So just raise your hand and I'm going to pass the floor to you. And you can start raising your hands like right after the startups presentation. And startups, please don't mention any fundraising out loud. If you're raising a round right now, you can have it on your presentation. Just don't say the numbers out loud. Don't say the numbers you're raising specifically, because we are live in so many countries and they have very different restrictions. So everything is fine. Just don't say we're raising X amount of money for this fund.
So it's okay to display, just don't verbalize it.
Yes, yes, Jordan, thank you. Yes, absolutely.
I'm helping with the English.
Oh yes, I know. I don't know what's going on. This event is just too amazing for me to handle. Okay, and we're gonna start the startup number 1, Drag on Flow, represented by Sarit. Sarit, please go ahead and share your screen and let us see a pitch deck. All right. Vendors mode, can we hear you? I think you're muted.
Here I am.
Okay, yes, we can hear you now. So you have 3 minutes and counting.
Shalom. Hi. Medical protocols stand in the heart of diagnostics and treatment. Failure to follow protocols harmed me, as well as millions of other people around the world. My name is Sarit Smadar, and I'm co-founder and CEO at Dragonflow. Dragonflow provides hospitals and home care organizations with an interactive tool enhancing patient safety. As opposed to decision support systems, our tool guides the medical staff and caregivers throughout the entire protocol, ensuring they will not miss any step. As said, failure to follow medical protocols harms millions of people around the world. Because medical staff are overworked, it is very difficult to follow each and every step of every protocol. According to an OECD report, it is estimated that every adult in the United States will experience a diagnostic error at least once during their lifetime. I believe this is frightening. And here comes Dragonflow. We convert protocols flowcharts into applications. Anyone can describe an applicable protocol as a flowchart using common tools like Draw.io, Visio, or PowerPoint. And Dragonflow technology converts the flowchart into a dialogue-based interactive application. And the result? Dragonflow ensures that the protocol is fully and accurately followed, reducing medical errors, improving quality of care, and saving on resources. Our tool forces accurate and complete pass throughout all needed steps. We keep records and we generate reports. The application users can now show and prove, if necessary, that they followed the entire protocol correctly. Here's an example for customer deployment for extubation, where Dragonflow is already being trusted by the Department of Internal Medicine at Rambam Health Campus. Our application guides the physician with each and every step, provide instructions, ask for the relevant questions, and gather indexes, making calculations, and in the end, we provide a full patient eligibility report for extubation. Our business model, one-time setup fee and a monthly fee per user basis. We are 3 founders at Dragonflow. We've been working together for the past 15 years. And we're going to take Dragonflow and make it the new standard for patient safety. Thank you very much.
All right, sounds amazing. Okay, Leon, please go ahead.
You're on mute, Leon.
Hi.
Go ahead.
I think we saw him for a second and then we lost him.
Yeah, somebody, so Igor Rabigi.
Actually, I think it's Stanley who goes next, if you don't mind, Igor.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, good presentation. I think this is a very good application because I mean, digitalization like this does actually help bring inclusivity. I think 2 questions for you though. who are your clients? Who are you aiming to sell this to? And the second question that I have for you is that if you look at the advent of technology right now they're looking at 3D procedural, if I can say, visualization. I know here in Amsterdam, we've got a company that is actually filming doctors and showing those procedures in 3D in developing countries for them to perform the same procedure. If you look at that is more visualization, which helps a little bit more. How do you differentiate yourself from those type of technologies?
Absolutely. Well, about the first questions, we are targeting hospitals and home care organizations where physicians assigned to caretakers, nursing teams, and others could benefit from our tool, from our solution. So that's in terms of our customers. In terms of different solutions and tools that you have pointed out, well, I believe that those sort of decision support systems, or more like knowledge-based systems, they are all presenting bases of information which you can see on the mobile, on desktop, and then the physician, he looks at them, he understands them, he processes them in his mind, and then he is implementing it within the patient, whether it's for diagnostic or for treatment. But our tool is unique in the respect that basically we're guiding the physician through each and every step. So the gap between digesting the information from looking at on the phone and then implementing it on the treatment, this is a gap that we would like to look at. So we give him a list of guiding instructions that he have to walk through and make sure that he's implementing them correctly. So it's a bit different in that respect. It's not just a knowledge information, how you present it, but actually how you calibrate and how you actually implement it.
Mm-hmm. We have so many questions. So I believe that Nikki goes for then, and after Nikki it's Jordan, Igor, and Irina. So judges, please go ahead and ask your questions.
Okay, not to take up too much time, but my daughter is studying to be MD, PhD, and just went to a 3-day neurosurgery conference worldwide with multiple doctors, and they were given a project and they had to resolve the issue. One of the issues that her group had to resolve, one from Italy, one from India, they were all medical students. Anyways, one of the issues had to do with neurosurgery and the mess ups that happen in neurosurgery. So I'm not sure if your product covers surgery at all, but either way, who is accountable when someone messes up? So they have drag on flow, but if someone messes up, who is accountable and who is all involved? I'm not sure, someone already asked that. Very important question. Thank you. Great job.
Well, thank you. We will not be looking at surgery, more like internal medicine, but in general, the physician and the caretakers who actually provide the treatment to the patient, he will be accountable, and he could prove by using Dragon Flow that he followed the protocol entirely.
Good. Thank you.
Please.
Mm-hmm. Jordan?
I want to give it to Igor. He was there fast before me. Go, Igor.
Oh, absolutely, Igor.
No, I have a question. Who's your real customer? Because, first question, who's your customer? Whom do you sell, and whom do you mean like $50 per user? Who is this user? Patient or doctor in clinic?
The customer will be the physician and the nursing teams, not the patient himself. That's
and how do you sell? You sell to clinic, you sell to physician, to whom do you sell?
No, we sell to hospitals and clinics and home care organizations.
Okay, I will take it offline because I'm very familiar with what you're doing and the similar solutions from States and from Israel. Okay, don't tell anything.
I would like that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That sounds amazing. I think we're kind of out of time. But Jordan, Irina, Steve, I think I saw Maria in here. Please feel free to take your questions to the chat, or even better to Q&A, because I would love to see them, and I think Sarid would love to answer them.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sarit, thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
And we have our next startup, Sainzu by Lubos. Lubos, please go ahead with your presentation. You have 3 minutes and counting. I think you're muted.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Lubos. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Sainzu. We make industrial automation solutions using machine vision. Our customers today are multinational manufacturing companies. We have solved problems that no one else has been able to solve so far. At Volkswagen, Sainzu was the only one who was able to solve surface inspection after milling. At Bosch, on the other hand, Sainzu was the only solution and only supplier who was able to solve the inspection of machine parts. At ZF, Sainzu was the only one who was able to solve quality inspection problem that they have been actively demanding for 5 years. For all of these customers and other manufacturers, we're solving problem with a shortage of workers who do not want to do boring jobs. And if they do the jobs, they make mistakes. Our camera-based systems are Unity for quality inspection and GRASP for part handling jobs. Now imagine that these systems can be connected together. The system can pick apart, inspect it from different directions, pretty much like a human does. Sainzu does not deliver only hardware or just software, but it delivers everything together and puts everything in a coherent system that is integrated. And also it is plug and play, ready to use without any lengthy integration. And what's more, it's universal and accurate on many different surfaces, including mirror-like or painted surfaces. Just surface inspection automation market is an incredible and growing market, reaching more than $20 billion soon. Our go-to-market strategy includes partnering with major robot vendors as well as system integrators all around the world. As a deep tech startup, we just started active selling last May after 5 years of R&D. We expected to fill our pipeline to the level of $6 million of revenue and reach revenue of 100 million in a couple of years. We have a very experienced, very successful and motivated and diverse team, including a few geniuses. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you very much. Sounds great. So Hawk, please go ahead first. I think you're muted. Can we hear you?
Somebody else, Victoria.
Okay. Stefan?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Sorry.
Okay.
Hey, Lubos, nice to meet you again. Can you comment a bit on the unit economics of Sainzu? Yeah, what is the typical implementation time and cost of a robotic Sainzu solution, and what's the expected benefits for the customers?
All right. Yeah. Well, the benefit obviously is to replace workers, boost the efficiency, yeah, and as well as improve the production process, yeah. So we expect to we usually deliver with a return on investment less than 1 year, and only these 3 things means that it's more than 80% on savings in the total cost. On the top of that, of course, there are savings by eliminating all kinds of costs and and penalties. As for the unit economics, the delivery is or single delivery for single machine station is usually from $50,000 to $250,000, and yeah. So in a single corporation manufacturing, we started with a pilot and add deliveries over the years.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Stefan, please go ahead.
Yeah, Luboš, my question is, can you just elaborate a little bit on the competition and also how you protect your IP, or whether this IP can be protected at all? It's amazing to see this sensor market growing and growing, and it's amazing to see what's going to happen. But just to get a bit of a feeling where you operate competition and IP wise.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of players in the industrial automation, as well as sensor market, as well as machine vision. What we actually doing is doing it differently. So as I said, we take out of the integration and of course make the whole solution working very well and working for the customers. And that's why in many manufacturing companies we replace our competition with a working solution which is integrated already. What was the other part of the question? I'm sorry.
Okay. Leon, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, hi. I know this is a very tough market, a lot of players trying to compete in this market, startups. I know at least by myself, 4 or 5 startups doing similar things by different technology. My question is about how many partners today you have signed up with your partners. So how many did you sign, and is it a payable agreement or just trials? So please elaborate on this.
Yeah. So I was mentioning at the beginning some of our customers. We have a total of I think 12 customers at this moment. All of them are paying. All of them are paying at least $50K for each station, and part of the deliveries are with our partners, and one of the type of the partners are system integrators that are very committed with our solution, and they actively selling our solution because they like it. It brings benefits to them as well as visible benefits to the manufacturing customers. And so what I would say, everything I was talking about is signed. Many of this is already paid, and we working on more, of course.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good. I think that's about what we have time for. But Maria and Shet, I would encourage you to put your questions in the chat or in the Q&A. Thank you very much, Luboš, for your presentation.
Thank you.
And next, we have Safe Steps with Dave pitching. Dave, please go ahead. All right. So, Dave, you have 3 minutes and counting. I don't think we can hear you.
Okay, now I can do
Yep.
it.
Yep.
All right. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep. And
Oh.
I'm starting the 3 minutes counter.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity to introduce you to Safe Steps. My name is Dave Smith. I'm the founder and the CEO. I'm also a Cherokee Indian, which is a key reason why it is so important to me to help the indigenous population in the United States. See, Safe Steps has a proven system of reaching success for our clients. We dream it, plan it, and live it. Our mission is to build lives with purpose and impact. Our team is comprised of mission-driven professionals to lead and make the world a better place to live. We hold each other accountable to a high level of execution and excellence. I personally am a serial entrepreneur with 2 profitable exits. The problems we solve are global, destructive mindsets of our youth. We prevent the occurrence of something no parent should ever deal with, the death of a child. Bringing innovative technology like ChatGPT to our target market of families with teens is imperative. Our Steps app, Safe Steps app, is a transformative tool for families to be trained and get support that is needed today in a very disruptive world. Our business model is a SaaS B2B to C business model that has market fit, propriety, and revenue generation. Safe Steps is positioned to lead a $1 billion market in the United States and over 50 billion or approximately 50 billion in the world. Our competitors have 2 common themes. They're $1 billion valuations, and they deal with older demographics and provide older technology. We have a conservative pathway to over $40 million in ARR by 2025 with high margins and profitability. We are at the point of expanding our sales and marketing efforts throughout the United States and are seeking partners to help us accelerate this movement. So if this is interesting to you, we are of purpose, impact, and I'd love to have the opportunity to meet with you one-on-one. Thank you.
All right, sounds awesome. Thank you very much. Nikki, please go ahead with your question. Nikki, you're muted. This is like a running theme for us today. We're all muted.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Great job. Thank you. I'm also Indigenous as well, belonging to Southern tribes, but I wanted to bring to your attention, which you probably already know, in North America, the public has largely overlooked the epidemic of missing and murdered Indigenous people. From 2011 to 2020, there are 710 Indigenous people, mostly girls, who have gone missing. Like, for example, in Wyoming alone, Alaska is another big epidemic. According to research, 84% of American Indian and Alaskan Native women have experienced violence in their lifetime. So how does your product, with that said, how will your product curtail this major issue in our Indigenous community? Thank you.
It's very simple. What we do is we provide human skills to elevate their capabilities so that they can be employed and have a meaningful life. Preparation for a good life is the mission of our program with the Ho-Chunk Nation in the Midwest. So by elevating them, we're creating an advantage for the Indigenous population.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that sounds great. Maria, please go ahead.
Hello, and thank you for your presentation. one aspect which I wasn't clear about. So you opened your pitch to say you're focusing on the indigenous nations in the US, and then you're suddenly scaling quite large globally. So it seems like this is not only applicable to the indigenous nations.
No, it's not. It's for every, our target market are parents with teenagers. That's throughout the United States. The indigenous population we focused on because they're the most difficult to penetrate. And it's kind of like, if we can do it with the indigenous population and document this, then we can do it virtually anywhere in the United States and then go globally. So this is an enormous market that we're planning on blowing up, and we're taking advantage of this, particularly with our technology and the opportunity to save lives.
And then your competitive landscape, I know there's tons more companies that specifically focusing in this space, which doesn't seem to be on the map. So it would be good to understand a little bit better about the competitive landscape of the competitors who are, I'm not seeing some of the competitors as a competitive of yours, because you have a very target focus on around mental health and education.
I would love to talk with you about it. That's a great subject, and if we could talk about that one-on-one. There at this present time, the reason is that the younger population that we are dominating, there is nobody focused on it like we are. They're just trying to deal with or scrape the edges of it. So this is a in-depth conversation I'd love to have with you.
I mean, Maria, I just want to add something. This is application driven, right? It's a technology, so the kids like using it. And I love the technology that he's developed. But the other side is we tied ChatGPT to be able to act like a coach. ChatGPT is called Coach Amy, to be able to help them. So things like bullying, etc. But imagine the wider application of this. It's just he's got about 1.3, 1.4 million in revenue already and growing.
Okay, that's awesome. We have time for one more question. Christina, please go ahead. And Ronnie and Thibault, I would encourage you to put your questions in the chat or Q&A. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Question: are you planning on building on top of ChatGPT, or you will have your proprietary software?
We're going to have our personalized ChatGPT platform. We are partnering with an AI company so that it is something that uses our proprietary content and process, as well as the family values we incorporate with individually each family. So does that answer what the question you were looking for?
Yeah, how will you compete with ChatGPT, who just last week opened up their API so you can build in on top of ChatGPT and like competing with the resources that they have? So any mental health company would be able to plug in and build.
Oh, okay. Well, our differential is that we have two ways. First of all, we have proprietary content that we are not going to the internet for. We are partnered with MIT, as well as through their human skills research, as well as we are customizing it to each individual family values. So our clients as a family, they are programming our ChatGPT application personally to what their values are.
Mm-hmm. All right, sounds great. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
And our next startup is Sonai, represented by Jury.
Hello, everybody.
3 minutes and counting. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. What a notice. Greetings from Finland. So my name is Jyri Seppä, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sonai Health. Heart disease is the #1 killer in the world, accounting almost 18 million deaths every year. And early detection of the disease is critical in saving lives, and that is where our focus is. And as opposed to today's practices, Sonai will give a comprehensive picture of the heart condition already in the first appointment with the doctor. So the practice today starts with the stethoscope. And here we have two major issues. First of all, the stethoscope is a subjective tool, and there is a big difference between the quality of the examinations. And secondly, none of that data is being stored in a systematic way. And then if an issue with the heart is found, you will be sent to further and expensive examinations, which normally takes place in another location. And that means long waiting times, especially in the public health sector, where we are talking weeks or even months in some of the markets. But here's the good news. With Sonai, we can get in-depth diagnostics in minutes, already in the first appointment with the doctor. And that is based on using advanced microphone and sensor technology in a device which measures your heart from 4 points at the same time. So in a way, we are bringing the capabilities which are currently available in the special healthcare into the primary healthcare. The device market for cardiac is a multi-billion business, and it is growing all over the world. And also additional growth is expected from solutions which are utilizing AI, like we are doing in the Sonai. So today we have patent pending technology. The prototype is ready. The first clinical trial has been agreed with a university hospital, and it will be done during this year. And we will get the service up and running in the market in 2025. So in Sonai, our mission is to help millions of people with heart problems. It will have a major impact into society, and there's also a nice opportunity to make money. So if you find this interesting, please get in contact and let's talk more. Thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. Lorenzo, please go ahead with your question.
Yes. Hello, everyone. And I know quite well the heart sector, as I'm on the board of an American company that try to do solutions similar to yours. And we're the only company in USA that can check if you have any blockage in the arteria without being invasive. And so we have marketed the primary doctor. So my question to you is, how do you visualizing the eventual use of your instrument, and who will be your client? Is the primary doctor to make the first screening, or how you visualizing that? Who will be the buyer? They will leasing, they will buying, you will get 20%, 10% of their profit of their in USA, everyone has the possibility to go for free and have 2 heart checks a year. So get paid directly from the state. So there is opportunity in the heart system in USA. I just want to know how you're visualizing the partnership with the doctor, and eventually, as you know, in USA, it's very complicated now to get any FDA approval. So what is your way of approaching eventually? Which market are you approaching? Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Good question. So first of all, our key target is the operators in the primary healthcare. That being both the public and private sector. And if you go first to the public side, the clients or the paying customers will be the public providers. And then on the private side, there are a lot of differences between the markets, and it will varies quite a lot. Quite interesting segment which is growing quite much is those stations where people can get in and measure their vital signs, like the medical malls and businesses like that. And I think our tool will be a perfect fit into that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Curtis, please go ahead with a question.
Yeah, thanks. Can you provide a little color on the revenue stream? So it's my understanding that this is a diagnostic instrument that would be, at a treatment facility or a doctor's office. But you have this AI cloud. So would there be a subscription model, or is it just per unit sales, and any future development with a permanent wearable or anything like that?
Okay. Yeah, our plan is based on having a combination of hardware sales, so with one-off price of the device, and on top of that, a service fee model, which will be based on the number of analyses done with the device. There also might be leasing models and things like that, but that's the core idea. And then what was the second question you asked? Sorry.
Whether you were any future development of like a permanent wearable, some kind of accessory that could plug into or remotely connect to an Apple Watch or something like that.
Oh yeah, good. Well, that's one option. Currently, we are mainly focusing on having this to be used by the medical professionals. And within that sector, there's also kind of a new paths we can take. For example, the prototype is already giving a pretty good data on measurement of the breathing and lungs, and that might be an option for further development. Then when it comes to wearables, that's something that we need to investigate more.
All right. Igor, let's go ahead with a question.
How you are aware about competition? Because it's first question, and second question, if you're going to many markets, not only Finland, what about FDA?
Yes, well, if first take the market, yeah, of course, even though Finland is a great country, it's a small market, and our plan is to go global. That's one of the reasons we are together with Gary in the GSD program, and we are looking quite thoroughly the US market as the probable next step. So our vision is to get global. And then, sorry, what was the first question?
No, you didn't answer second. Okay, you want to go global. What are you going to do with FDA?
Okay. Yeah. So we will then go through the needed regulation path and start the FDA approval process as soon as possible.
You could imagine how many years it could take. Okay, and second question about, are you aware about competition? Because I know that it's not empty field. I know some particular news, unfortunately cannot tell because it's NDA, but keep your eye on what's going on market. There will be some news from big players nearest time.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Yeah, the way we define the competition is that the key competition is coming from the existing process, starting with the stethoscope and then going into the special healthcare. And then, of course, there are, let's say, companies like operating in electronic stethoscopes and adding value on that. The way we are comparing us against them is that our solution is going much further. For example, we have integrated the ultrasound technology into the device, which so far we haven't seen anybody else doing in.
It is exactly what I ask you to keep eye on. It will be news about ultrasound.
Okay.
And, from big player and totally FDA ready since years. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. And our next contestant is MeteorTrack with Grzegorz. Praying to God I have pronounced it right. Okay, are you muted? I think you might be muted.
No, 1 second.
Okay. All right, you have 3 minutes and counting. Go ahead.
Look around. You see many things, but there is one that we all face in every second of our lives: the weather. You can't control the weather, but you can control the impact on your business. Hello, everyone. I'm Greg, CEO at MeteorTrack. After 17 years at the Institute of Meteorology and Water Management, I decided to start MeteorTrack. Let me present how MeteorTrack supports agriculture allowing users to control the operations, soil, and crops. We all know that our world is facing climate change consequences, together with military conflicts and economic crisis. They all cause significant problems with food production. Do you know that in addition, agricultural fields on the earth are degraded, ineffective, and do not yield crops? It's true that the weather and soil shape the food supply for humans. Therefore, here comes Meteotrack. Farmers and companies providing services for agriculture have to plan their activity and business. They have certain problems and questions. They are strongly connected by business dependencies, but they aren't connected with software. Only Meteotrack has answers and solutions for them, providing insights to agriculture. Unlike the traditional approach, Meteotrack consolidates, aggregates, and integrates all parties. We cover the entire ecosystem, delivering safety, efficiency, savings, and earnings. We invented our own innovative technology for farmers' daily duties to support their activities and agricultural practices. We created Meteotrack. Our optimal weather windows are showing where or when to execute an operation on the field for a particular crop. We are applying SoilTrack with our unique technology to support soil sampling and soil analysis, which are crucial for soil health and its productivity. That is how our numbers look. VC and private investors trusted us and got excellent and expected results. We have validated product repeatable patterns for user journey checked in Central and Eastern Europe. We have precise go-to-market strategy. We have the next functionalities identified during our constant product discovery. We have defined a roadmap. What we need now is to raise funds for further product development and growth. Meet our team. We are all the shareholders of Meteotrack. We believe in it and love what we do. If you have any additional questions or you need more information, just head to our website, getmeteotrack.com, or contact me directly. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Sounds great. Judges, please go ahead with your questions. Jordan?
Good to see you again, old friend. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you, Jordan. Can't complain. How are you?
I have seen better days. Tell me about your revenue model, unit economics. How do you charge? What's the stickiness? What's the recurrence rate, and so forth?
Okay. So answering these questions, I'd like to show some wider context of Meteotrack. We are a startup, but we are reasonable. We plan our steps. So we started more than 3 years ago with our technology. So we developed our unique weather algorithms. It was a European Commission project, scientist R&D project financed by European Commission. And then we knew that we have something special that no one has. We knew that our target market is agriculture. And after this phase, we decided to start with product discovery to find the best fit of our technology to the market. So we plan which set of functionalities, which set of features should be, should go first with MVP. So, and then we launched. We started at the end of last year. So we are 3 months after our launch. Answering your question about business model, we have 2 areas. The first one is a weather window. So it's a weather application for farmers, or the decision support system for farmers. We have a freemium model there with a free plan and premium. And now we are applying this, our second leg, it's a SoilTrack, where we will have agencies, we will have services for agriculture. And there our business model is to earn on difference between retail price and wholesale price. Answering your question about revenue, we are at the very beginning of our path. We have 2,000 users, but they are free users. We are collecting the group of our first adopters. Yeah, so that's where we are now.
Got it. Got it.
Thank you. Maria, please go ahead with a question.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. So I would like to understand if you've done, and it comes back a bit to the unit economics as well. What type of pilots have you done, and how has that actually helped farmers plan better for climate change?
Yeah, so we started in Europe, in Central and Eastern Europe. In Poland, we have a strategic partner. It's a top farm. It's a leader on our market in food production. It's a big farm. We also have first pilots in Romania, and we are starting with Czech Republic and Slovakia. And what we do in terms of soil sampling, that's the second part of our application. So we are providing places for soil samples, which are crucial in terms of soil productivity. After that, when we will analyze samples in laboratory, then we will have results for our field, and we will able to better plan our practices on the field in terms of fertilizers, in terms of other activities, other operations, agricultural operations on the field.
All right. Alexander, please go ahead with your question.
Hi, Greg. What are your sales and marketing channels at the moment, and from where are the best leads are coming? Thanks.
Yeah, so we have farmers and small farms in terms of weather windows. In this first part of our application is a more B2C part. So we are providing decision support system for them. They are usually small farms or small, the small farmers. So they are, let's say, excluded in terms of software.
How do you find them?
We find them. We find them with our campaigns. We find them with our partners. For example, last week we had a fairs, very big fairs here in agriculture in Poland. So, for example, we collected then more than 200 users for our application. So that's the first thing. The second, we use our partnerships. So we have a top farms, as some outstanding company in Poland, for example, but we also have some partners with university or some others company, some agriculture market oriented company. So that's our direction.
I think that's what we have time for, but Chat and Stefan, I'd love to see your questions in the chat or in the Q&A. I see there are hot discussions going on in there. Thank you for your presentation. And we have our last contestant, Remote Symphony, represented by Deepak.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Deepak Jha. I'm the founder CEO of Remote Symphony, where we are solving for business execution. Just
one
like
question.
Uber.
Do you mind making the slideshow just so it's a bit bigger and we can see it better? Okay, thank you. Thank you.
As I was saying, we are solving for business execution, just like Uber has done for business transportation and travel. As many of you may recall, execution is tough. When it comes to idea, many of us have it, but execution is when the rubber meets the road. And can we make execution as easy as calling an Uber? And that is the project that we are working on. In my own experience with industry giants like Accenture, Oracle, General Electric, Tata, I have seen that businesses and projects fail due to execution. And execution fails largely because of resource and project constraints. Imagine you are calling an Uber. All you need to specify is a destination. And a lot of heavy lifting is done by Uber in terms of getting the driver, getting the car, making sure that everything is smooth from a journey and experience perspective. There rarely are project execution issues or car travel issues. You define the destination and you are taken care of. In a similar manner, what we are doing in Remote Symphony is we are trying to make your project execution very easy, very simple. We are having a novel way to dissect your project into small units of execution steps that are knowable, plannable, and scalable. And when we connect them with an online talent marketplace, then you are able to get the execution and the logistics taken care of by the subject matter experts. This is a huge market. I won't get into problem. We have discussed problem. This is a huge market team in terms of what the potentials are. Worldwide, every year, we spend trillions in projects. We are talking about finance, IT, accounting, you name it, any white-collar professional job. We are talking about big market size. And within that, we are looking at North America, which is the United States. That's where the company is headquartered. I'm based out of Silicon Valley. It's in a couple of billions that we are talking just in IT, finance, and accounting, our first target area. We as a team have already run a successful business, which is producing 2.5 million ARR. And what we are trying to do now is convert this services industry or services business into a product and a platform play. In terms of our ask, we are looking for, as the picture shows here, we have a working MVP that I'm going to quickly orient the team with. You are free to take a dry run at remotesymphony.com. You just come and click on Idea Alley. This is based on ChatGPT. We are working on doing a lot of training of our module. If anyone wants to say what is the big project that they have on their mind, I would like to take you through a quick demo of how we will dissect your project into small pieces, give you the scope, the schedule, the budget, the assumption, the risk, the mitigation, and a team to work on that project. So I'm looking for some brave volunteer who wants to do a project in white-collared professional world.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's I think you can leave it here. I think one of the judges would be interested in that. And I'm going to open the floor to questions. Jordan, please go ahead with your question.
I am not volunteering, just repeating, I'm not volunteering to be your guinea pig. You said you have $2 million in the present startup, or is that professional services and you're converting to a some sort of a software? That's one. And two, unit economics. Tell us about that.
Yes, both the answers are correct. We have an existing business that is doing 2.5 ARR, but it depends on the investor, how they want to invest. Do they want to invest on a clean slate, which is purely Remote Symphony, or take some from the original company also? In terms of unique economics, we are seeing a gross margin of close to 80% when it comes to this business, and it is profitable in every single ways. The net margin comes roughly to 50% or so. And the idea is we are a product and a platform company where we are not getting into the last mile being the services business. We are strictly keeping ourselves at the sort of analyzing the project, dissecting it, and connecting it with the right talent, which then solves the problem. So because of that, our unit economics are very appealing and are able to sustain the kind of product and platform that we envision. This is not even like the Upwork and Fiverr on steroid. This is like we are light years ahead of them because we put technology to use instead of human beings to solve business problems.
Yeah, that really didn't answer my question. Unit economics is customer acquisition, LTVs, churn, all these fundamentals for a SaaS type model. Do you have those handy?
Yes. Our churn is in single digits. In terms of the LTV, we are talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. Any single project like an ASP is close to 30 grand. And for more numbers, let's connect offline, please.
Thank you.
Iris, please go ahead with your question.
Well, thank you. I think this concept is very intriguing, especially in the AI stage. I am curious, you're talking about address projects, which industry verticals would be your sweet spot in the first phase? And then where do you source your database to enrich your execution, right? At the end of the day, it's your execution that matters. And have you proven that is a better model than company not using your service?
Yes, great question. So basically, the idea is to make execution as easy. In our case, we have almost 100 projects worth of experience over the last 3 years that our services company has been working. So we have trained our model largely based on 3 industries: finance, IT, and accounting. The sweet spot still happens to be just these 3. Reason being, even though people say bespoke projects in IT, which is a very custom project, but 60 to 70% of work that happens in custom project is still repeatable. And hence, we are doing the initial piloting and spearheading in cut and dry, mundane, monotonous, repetitious tasks that belong in finance, accounting, and IT. And to prove your point about the conviction that our model is better than when people are not using it, it is so true because globally about 80% of projects fail, only 20% succeed. In all the projects that we have done, we have not failed thus far. So the fact that we are eating our own dog food proves that point.
Thank you.
All right, and I think we have time for one more question from Christina and Maria and Igor. I would encourage you to put your questions in the chat. Thank you. I mean, okay. Well, fair enough.
I can go ahead if
Sure, go.
Very simple. Okay. I take for granted that you know really what you present. Question: why don't you do it inside your company? Why you present to investors, to companies? Why you confuse yourself and investors?
Because he loves you so much and he wants your help, so Igor. Why else?
So I want to take the credit of the fact that we know what we are doing, yet give you the liberty to start on a clean slate from a valuation perspective if you wanted to have a better equity stake.
Just okay, believe me, it will never work. These combinations, I have a business here and I have a startup here. There are no examples. So,
I'm not going for that. I'm completely open for a clean slate. Sorry about confusing the matter.
I can see Igor being very thoughtful. Yeah, okay,
I
thank
take your
you.
suggestion, Igor. I'm completely with you. I will do exactly as you're saying. Just worry about the new company.
Okay, thank you very much. That sounds great. So there are still conversations going on. And I think, Gary, so I assume what we're going to do is that I'm going to give judges 2-3 minutes to complete their voting. And then we're going to show what the results are. And I think meanwhile, we can talk for a bit. And then after this, we will have some time to network and discuss.
I think we have some new judges in. Lorenzo, are you here?
Yeah.
You hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Hey, Lorenzo, so we didn't have a chance to introduce can you introduce yourself?
Of course. So my name is Lorenzo De Medici, and I have my own family office. It was the Medici family office. We're based in London, Florence, and California. We invest in Europe in agriculture, hotel, business, real estate. We have the biggest construction company. We built the biggest port of the Mediterranean. We have built the biggest airport after Rome in the south. So we're very involved in the Mediterranean area. And in the last 4 or 5 years, we are investing in startup and different companies in USA, mostly on data. One of the biggest investor in a fantastic unicorn company who it's growing like crazy. It's called Kubera, and we are the first company in the world that give 50% of the revenue that we make on data collecting. So we own the most advanced router. So it's a box for internet. We have an extension and we have an app. So anyone who is downloading our app is starting making money, even at up to $20 a day. And we make $800 with one family user our router. So we will go public in 2-3 years. We are raising some money now. So in case somebody, it's a fantastic company who will, we're going to onboard just this year, probably 25 million users. So it's a big numbers. And I'm the founder of Medici Bank. Medici Bank is the first crypto-friendly digital bank in USA. It was created 8 years ago when people were not talking about crypto and they were afraid, like now. And so as a pioneer of things, I think that there should be a bank that is willing to bank anyone that is doing interesting and innovative legal business. And so Medici Bank is the first one that works with a lot of crypto exchange, and we are based on the blockchain technology, and we are a USA bank, but we're an international bank, so we can onboard up to 10 different currencies, and we're looking to franchise our model, and as we are a digital bank, so we are very fast processing and very cheap processing in comparison to the other competitor. Of course, the banking system, it's something that now is under attack, and so it takes just a little bit of more equity in the bank to be a winner in this moment. So if anyone is interested on investing in banking, and that's the right moment to do it now, because majority of my competitors were out of business, and I'm the only bank that owns a crypto loan license in USA. So I would love to build my crypto loan department as well. It's a small bank for now, but we'll see in the future. And happy to know Gary and be invited a few times to this interesting unicorn startup event.
Yeah, Lorenzo's family knows a little bit about banking, right, Lorenzo?
We only invented the check, and we only created the biggest bank of Europe in the Renaissance time. Yes.
Yeah, so anyhow, he's a good friend of mine and a good guy. What we want to do at GSD is get more family offices from around the world, which we're doing, involved, because as you know, institutional investing is down, but the family offices are actually, starting to scale up, at least the ones that we're working with. So anyhow, thanks, Lorenzo, for coming. And
absolutely, thank you all.
So
there's other family offices here today.
Gary and Lorenzo, how do we engage Lorenzo for his crypto bank?
I can send my email here. Let me see how it works on the chat.
Thank you.
Okay.
Lorenzo, it's the one in Puerto Rico, right?
Yes, it's a Puerto Rico license.
Yeah, we've met a couple times. Brock is a good friend. I actually worked for Brock's family office on the back end for a year. Yeah, so he's a dear friend, and Puerto Rico is half a family there. I'm in Austin, Texas. Sari, I think, is the one that introduced us from LA.
Absolutely.
And Lorenzo, are you doing custody as well?
Yes, we do custody, and now, of course, is in this moment there's a lot of transition happening in the last months or 2 months. So what was happening was unfortunately already known in the industry of the big bank. But yeah, we do custody, we do trust. We have a trust department, and so yes, we're a traditional bank, just digital, and just we do everything. Okay, so we're not FDI, like whatever is the name, FTX, because it was a ridiculous thing. Because when it's the things is it's a majority of our client keep millions of dollars, not 150,000 or 250,000. So this is something that is really like not working if you work with a corporation and things. And so when people say, "Oh, why the bank is not?" It just depends what client you have. So small clients are not going to have a digital bank or needed. We kind of having fee that maybe depends of what is the work. Maybe be sometimes, some of our fee can be higher than the normal bank, but we can do faster, and we are the few banks, probably one of the really few, that can on bank a lot of client that works with a lot of multi-currency wire transfer, and that come from the crypto industry, and maybe even not only crypto, but a lot of corporation works with IT and other stuff.
Oh, I just really wanted to quickly add, guys, that within the crypto, with the crypto native banks and kind of there's a lot of different infrastructure, and there are customers that are trusted and respected. And that's just from my perspective and a network and a perspective of a network of people I trust from being in the industry for 10 years. And Ed is the CEO of this bank. He is very respected, and the practices of bank are very respected. And I want to also add that, just from my perspective, it's really been amazing to lead through what is happening right now and actually have Medici Bank be the infrastructure and support layer for the community, and the work that Ed, the CEO of the bank, invests in kind of the framing all of everything that's happening and providing that support and leadership. It really is amazing to see that, and I think that opportunities are opening up for it. Obviously, it's not easy to be bank right now, but if I had to support one, that would be the one that I support. Wanted to put in my little 5 cents of the crypto knowledge.
Thank you, Daniel. No, absolutely, absolutely.
Thanks, Irina.
It's what's happening is that they're trying to reset the whole clock, and so they're trying to. Unfortunately, they want to bring. That's my personal, private opinion. They want to bring just to the bigger player. They just want to have 2 or 3 bank, the big bank, to manage the whole business, and not having young or small or medium size bank. And so this is because they can control more. So imagine Chase or Wells Fargo, one of them. Have the monopoly of the crypto in the future. Somehow they become monopoly of everything, and so we'll pass from there, so they can control easier who and where the movement happened. And so I think that it's a big moment of reconstruction in the bank industry, and it's hard for everyone. They're making hard for everyone, and so. Mostly making hard for people who have worked hard to build company in the crypto industry to be able to continue their business, and for their client. So it's between me and you guys. It's more to almost there should be a way that the State Department and the Fed will meet and say, okay, no, this is the new law, but anyone who is following this law is allowed. And instead now they're changing every 5 minutes, every day, every 2 days, because they don't know what to do. And so that's difficult for anyone in the industry.
Now, thanks, Lorenzo. We appreciate it. Listen,
thank you.
I know, Victoria, are you ready?
Yep, absolutely. I see judges are finishing their voting. So judges, if you didn't vote for 1 or 2 startups, please do so, because then we're going to have better results of the votes.
Victoria?
Yes.
I voted in the wrong order initially. I went by order of appearance, and it was completely jumbled up. So if you're doing that, double check. Yes. Double check you voted for the right company. The order of appearance is not the same as what's showing up on the page.
Where do I find the voting platform?
So I think Jane shared the links with you. And so you had your individual Zoom link, and you also have your individual voting link, I think, in the same message or email.
I've voted on the voting link, but it doesn't show anything else.
Yeah, it doesn't yet, because I have not closed the votes yet.
I don't see the jumbling up.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Can you explain the voting system again?
Yes, of course. So you have all of the startups, you have their logos, and you have scores from 1 to 5. And generally, we say that what you're voting on is either the startup's potential to become a unicorn or their investment potential given your background and expertise. So it is up to you how you are rating them, because we, have diverse judging body.
So higher number means better impression of the company. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no need to press a button. You just select the votes, right?
Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
Great.
I see the vote results slowly coming in, but I'm going to give it a bit more time just so everyone can finish.
So Gary, when is your next cohort start?
It's going to be starting in April 18th, on April 18th.
Can we send companies your way?
Absolutely. I mean, we want to, as we've done, we're looking for the best companies in the world. We get about 1,000 applicants for 6 to 10 slots, and we're looking for the best. So if you got companies that are interesting for us, I know Stefan, you've sent some companies to us. We'd love to take a look at them. There's dark times out there, but there's always light. And having the right kind of access to capital and the best startups in the world is a winning combination. So bring them over, we can help.
And international companies can apply?
International companies, today we have companies from 55 countries, from Nigeria, Ghana, Zambia, South Africa, Kenya, North Africa, Egypt, Israel. We've got the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Czech Republic, etc., all over the US. But the one thing they have in common, they are at the top of it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, I think we're more or less ready. And I hear myself in Jordan's.
Victoria, I have a question.
Yes, of course.
How do we submit the votes? Like, I'm on the personal page, it has me logged in. I don't see a submit button. Is that necessary? Or are you seeing it?
Okay, I am seeing it. You don't have to click any submit buttons, thankfully. So I'm closing the votes now. And in a second, I'm going to share my screen and show us the winners.
I feel like we need a drum roll.
That's exactly what I thought. I'm just sitting here thinking, gosh, we need to get on and do that. Okay, and I'm going to be sharing my screen because we do have our votes in. So 1 second. I mean, you can imagine drum roll. I feel like for the next event, I'm just going to have a soundboard of like drum rolls. So we have our winners, and here are the judges' votes. And we have our third, first, and second place winner. First place winner. So third place winner is Dragonflow, second place is Meteotrack, and first place is Sainzu. Congratulations, you're going on to the next international event of Unicorn Battle. How are you feeling, Sainzu? Yeah. Let's clap. Let's
I
clap.
am
We
here.
don't have a drum roll.
Yeah, thank you very
How are you
much. I'm
feeling?
very
Yeah.
excited. Yeah,
That's
thank you.
great.
And I'm
That's
looking
great.
forward. I'm looking forward to be in the next round and to become a unicorn eventually. Yeah, it'll take a couple of years.
We're looking forward to
A
it.
couple of years. That's very ambitious. Isn't it?
Yeah,
A little pony.
yeah, it is. Thank you.
1.5 sounds better.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, Igor. Yeah, I'll work on that. Okay.
Yeah, to all of those startups out there, you've spent the last 15 weeks going down through the process, and this is not the end of the journey. This is just the beginning of the journey. So we wanted to come down through. I wanted you to be in front of our friends and investors that we've worked with or partnered with and get a chance what it's really like. Well, this is it. So you've all done a great job. I applaud each and every one of you. I applaud my friends at Startup Network and Unicorn Battles. They're from the Ukraine, by the way, and our hearts and souls have been with them since the beginning of the tragedy that happened. We love these guys. So yeah, to each and every one of you, you're all winners in my mind. In this situation, I've been going out and speaking to investors directly. All of you have had feedback, very good feedback. So I'm impressed with what you've done. The key is stay focused, visualize where you want to go. These people that are on the calls today are friends and they can help. So reach out and as always, get shit done.
Thank you, Gary, very much.
Thank you.
We love you all.
Yeah. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
You're great. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. Anything
you
else?
so much.
Victoria?
We can hang out for, I think, 5 more minutes, if 10 more minutes, if you'd like to. But obviously it's not necessary, whatever you prefer.
I'd like to do a shout out to